All right, it looks like we're live and ready to begin. Hi guys. Let me know in the chat if you can hear and see me well, and we will begin shortly. All right, so I will check the chat in the meantime. And again, feel free to leave your feedback. Feel free to say hi, share where you guys are tuning in from. We are always curious to know our geography, and probably share what you do for a living or what you need a website for. So this will help me tailor this workshop to fit your needs. And yeah, I will wait for the comments in the chat, and then we can start with today's session. Okay, hi. So I can see that some viewers have joined. So I will just wait for the feedback, and then we will start. Okay, hi. In the meantime, while we're waiting for everyone to join, share what type of websites are you building? Do you need one website for your business, or are you a web designer and need a bunch of websites for your clients? Okay, I have David that has joined us. Hi, David. I hope the sound is all right. And let me refresh the chat and see some feedback. Okay, I think we are ready to start. And by the way, this session will be recorded. So if you have joined a bit later, no worries. You can still watch this in the recording here on the channel. All right, hi, Emma from France, coaching website and shop, designer here. Okay, great, awesome. So we are wrapping up 2025, and it's the perfect moment to review the best websites that were created on Tilda, and just see what worked, what has performed well, and what you can learn from them. So always learn from the best, and today we're going to look at some of the best websites from the Made on Tilda gallery and see what we can learn and probably steal for the next year, right? So, and I have a question that I have began to ask. I was just interrupted by the chat, but let me know in the chat what best describes you, like who you are. Are you a beginner web designer, advanced web designer, small business owner? I can already see some answers in the chat. Are you a freelancer, newbie looking to learn more new stuff, marketer, content creator? Because if you let us know what role fits you, then I can go and I can focus on specific areas on the websites that we are going to be reviewing today. So this workshop will be truly useful, and you can you can get inspired for the year ahead, and just learn the relevant information that would suit you. Okay, so I have a designer, I have a web developer, I have a business owner, right? So Emma is a business owner who has a coaching website and a shop, and local print studio web presence. Okay, a lot of, so today we have 50-50 split for of designers and small business owners. So that is great. So today, actually, we have a great selection of websites that would fit both those roles. Okay, so before we begin, we have an exclusive promo code for you to put into practice everything that we are going to learn today for the year ahead, right? So in order to make this workshop truly useful, truly helpful, we are giving you a promo code to access 6 months of the Tilda personal plan, and this will allow you to test and try all of the premium features on Tilda completely for free for half a year. So you have whole 6 months to set up an online store, build an online course, set up your website. So all the built-in tools are included in the plan. So feel free to grab the promo code, and I hope this will, the implementation of everything that we are going to learn today will help you, start the year with a new website. So you can start now in 2025, and then you have whole 5 months of all of the premium features completely for free. Okay, so grab it here, and we are also sending out a newsletter. So if you are subscribed, then you will receive an email with the same promo code and some details on how to activate it. But you can grab it here on the screen, and then we'll just repeat the same info in a newsletter. Okay, so that is that, and today we're going to be reviewing some of the best websites that have made it to Made on Tilda gallery in 2025. So if you're not familiar with Made on Tilda, this is a curated selection of the best Tilda projects, all of the websites that were created on Tilda and submitted to Made on Tilda gallery. The best of them have made it to this selection, and it's also an amazing tool to find references. So for example, if you're building a website and you need some ideas and references for your business website, then you can go to the want to launch an online store and need to see some examples, some case studies, some showcase of Tilda's tools and capabilities for your specific project, you can go and explore it here. So for example, here we have all the best online stores. We can preview different landing pages for events, long reads, etc., etc. So, and today we're going to just go and look at some of the websites that I think are a very good example of how you can organize your website copy and your layout to really stand out. And also some of the websites have a lot of details that I think will be really relevant in 2026. So probably some of the approaches that the website are using will be still relevant in the upcoming year. So we are going to look at that. Okay, ready? So again, you can go and you can explore Made on Tilda on your own, but today we're going to pick a few websites and just take a closer look at copywriting, at design, at navigation, and look at the best practices and learn from the best. Okay, let me check the chat. And hi, I have been using Tilda for agency work for Horrier clients. Mito agency. I hope I pronounce your name right. Amazing. So today we have a lot of agency website examples, and specifically for restaurants and cafes. So I think it will be really relevant to you as well. Okay, glad to hear your feedback. Amazing activity in the chat. I'm super thrilled to start. So today, the first one is actually a marketing agency website. And so first let's have a look at the whole user flow on a website. So here we have the hero section, then you scroll and you see the services, clients, and next you have a lead magnet, the stacked cards with a solutions section, a quiz form, which is actually Tilda's pre-designed block, amazing choice, and then useful materials, again, a lead magnet, and a contact info. And then this amazing footer that has that features all the relevant information. All right, so let's go back and let's have a closer look at the hero section. So what I like right off the bat here is that you can see a lot of content. So information-wise, it's really smartly structured. So here you have, at the very top, you have a menu, and as you can see, when you click on the menu, we get this pop-up drop-down menu, which opens full page and allows you to preview all the necessary details. And as you can see, there is a lot of information here. So you have navigation, so navigation bar, you have a separate section that features services, contact information, social media links, even a call to action, languages, and some information about the agency. So you have branding, logo, title, description. So this is a lot of information, and I think it's a very smart move to hide it in the drop-down menu. So you have a full page menu here if you want to access it. So we can clearly see, so this menu is highlighted in this bright red, so it's very hard to miss. And if you need some, if a person who visits this website needs a navigation bar, they can easily click and go to a specific page. Similarly, here we have a call to action, which is one call to action. So here is a button that says submit a request, which directs you to a specific section on a website with a form to collect leads. And so there is a lot of information already. So we have a menu with a bunch of menu items that is hidden, but again, you can always open it. Here you have some branding. So this is a name, a title for the agency. Then you have a really clear description. It's literally like it's just one sentence, but it tells a lot about the business. So it says we combine consulting, operation, marketing, a lot of keywords. It's super important, not only for people, because people tend to scan the page, and if they don't see relevant keywords, they probably going to leave. But we can already tell that this marketing agency combines consulting, operation marketing, and advertising campaign management. All right, great. A lot of keywords. It's also super useful for search engines. And it also tells web crawlers what your website is about. So it's very important to feature that in your hero section. And then we have results. So what all of this does is it turns strategy into measurable business growth. So it's a great example. You can copy straight away, but of course you need to tweak it to match your niche. But it's really amazing formula of how you can approach copywriting for your hero section is to first say, we do XYZ, and then you can highlight what results it brings, right? So you can say, we combine consulting, or like we do marketing, social media management, etc., and this helps our clients achieve results, right? Amazing formula. Feel free to get inspired and use it for your own website. So here we have, again, I like that the copy is breaking down into different parts, so it doesn't feel cluttered. So here we have one sentence that features the information. Then we have some additional info that is secondary, so it's put here at the bottom. So it says full cycle marketing, and just tells us more about the agency. Right, and so here we have what I really like about the websites that we are going to be reviewing today is that some of the websites are featured section, and if you provide services or products, it's a good practice to put some social proof in your hero section. Of course, you don't want it to be cluttered, but add in some numbers that, numbers tend to direct users' attention to certain section quite easily. So feel free to use numbers, statistics, metrics, anything that, features. Numbers, sometimes they work even better than big headlines. And a small element tells us that the agency has completed over 100 projects, and they have turned strategies into measurable results. So it tells us right off the bat that this agency was trusted by over 100 clients that have already worked and saw results. So this is an amazing example of short, concise, but super effective social proof. Okay, so enough with the hero section. We have, again, as for the visuals, I think they're quite abstract, so they just complement the branding of the website. So yeah, not a lot to talk about the visuals yet. So next we have a section about the approach. I think we can treat it as an About Us section. So this is where the agency talks a bit more about themselves, what they do, and provides, any relevant information for the user. Because you cannot feature everything in a hero section, you need to go and spend some time explaining what you do in more detail. Okay, so what I like here is that this section is very problem solving, right? So we take a problem, and also you can see it here. Again, numbers tend to grab attention right away. So here we have this large percentage of the businesses that fail to cope. So this is a big problem, right? So this is a big percentage. This is a big number of businesses that fail to withstand pressure and shut down within their first year of operation, right? And I think I covered the number, so I will just scroll a bit further so my image doesn't cover it. So here we have statistics, some numbers that show us the problem, right? So the problem is that a lot of businesses fail in the first year, and this is when the systematic approach to brand growth comes in handy, that is provided by this agency. And this section basically shows how they can solve the problem. So they combine research, systematic marketing, data-driven brand development, and help businesses outlive the competition, right? Basically. So they help businesses stand out, grow longer than just 1 year. Also, I like how the copy, again, how it's breaking down into different sections. So it's not cluttered. It's a lot of information here. So you have a heading, subheading, description. You have additional information with keywords. Again, keywords are super great, not only for people who tend to scan, so we don't have time to read all of this, but we definitely would read these tags, these little tags. But again, it tells us a lot of information without cluttering the layout. And here we have a visual again that I think just provides more branded visuals for the website. Amazing choice. So again, if you have a lot of information, try to see what you can break down into different design elements, right? So for example, you can break down a problem into statistics, into some stats and metrics. You can go and break down the copy into 2 columns, so you don't have a lot of text. You have small chunks of text that are easily readable. So, and again, tags here help you make your layout readable. So after this really like copyright and heavy, text heavy page, we have some more interactive, more dynamic section. And this is where they tell what they do. And let's scroll and see how it's working. So as we scroll, we see these parts where they tell us what they do, and then it combines into the final part, which says we launch, right? So let's go back and see. I think it's a great example of how you can balance dynamic content with static content on your website. Again, so this is content heavy, a lot of text, quite hard to read. And this one feels almost like a game. So you scroll and you understand right away so what they do. So they develop, research, build, and launch. Okay, So amazing section. And next up is the company's logos, and this section with the clients, with the past clients. And this is one of the great examples of easy way to put social proof on your website. So social proof is essentially any information that tells your potential client, tells your prospect that you have already collaborated, you have already been trusted by big brands that you put the logos of in the section, that you have been trusted by these brands to do the work for you. Okay, so always, if you have some big name clients or smaller brand clients that are, that are relevant for your area. So for example, if you're a local business, so then you can feature some of the local brands that you have worked with. And again, if you have enough information listed here. And I like the micro interaction where the logos get highlighted when you hover over them. Okay, so again, client section, always great if you have it. And this section is actually my favorite, and it's amazing search engines. And I will explain why. So first of all, this is basically some niche specific services that this agency provides. And so what it does is that, first of all, imagine a client landing on your page and say they are interested in healthcare marketing, right? In medical marketing. But they see all of this, generic information about, I'm sure that the agency is amazing, but all of this information that we saw up here, while super solid, it's still quite generic. So it can be done for pretty much anyone. So there are no specifics, and it's really hard to tell would it work for healthcare, because healthcare is quite a complex. Marketers need to understand a lot of specifics in order to work for this business. And what this agency does is that it highlights every niche and how they can help them, right? So healthcare, retail, e-commerce, education, automobile industry, finance, travel and hospitality, again, food industry, so for restaurants, cafes, and food startups. Again, it also highlights a lot of keywords for search engines, and it helps the business stand out just by providing enough keywords. So for example, someone is searching for education marketing, and probably this page has a lot of chances of being featured at the very top of the search, just because they took the time and they put some work into the copywriting that would attract both interested clients and also web crawlers, right? And next we have a lead magnet. So this website is really an amazing example of how design and marketing and copywriting just work together. And so here we have a lead magnet. And what a lead magnet is, it's typically a sample of your work, like a freebie, like in a free ebook or a free consultation. So it's a sample. It's not a full package, but it's a small example of how you work, how you interact with your clients. And it has there are no strings attached when it comes to leaving an email and, just compiling the form, filling out the form and sending it to this agency. But again, this will provide this agency with a lead. So with the contact information, with contact details of a potential customer. And all they need to do is to make a free audit, a free call, and quickly talk details about the potential project. And I think if you provide products or services, so I think if you provide services, it's better to, again, create something like this. So make a free consultation form and collect potential clients through the form. And if you provide products, then I think it's a great idea to showcase, to feature some freebie on your website and, just provide some sample of the products that you typically sell, but for free. All right, let me check the chat again. So we have spent a lot of time on this one, but I think it's really great in terms of a lot of stuff. All right, so next we have solutions or services section, again, depending on what you need. So comprehensive solution for growing your brand. And here we have these dynamic stacked cards on scroll, and again, and a call to action. So it's important to repeat the call to action throughout your page. So you have listed it here at the top in the hero section, and then every time you talk about something that might interest your client, your potential client, then you include a call to action. Okay, and finally, marketing brief. So this is a survey, a quiz, if you like. So there are some steps that you can fill out, and it will provide you with custom, offer. And I think personalizing offers, personalizing assistance on your website is super important. So, for example, if they are leaving, if you have, let's go back and let's just see how it works. So, for example, a user has landed on your page and they see this survey, personalized form with a bunch of questions that have different answers, so you can tailor the experience for each potential client, right? So, for example, you have a free marketing goal that you provide here in the lead magnet section, and then you want to still capture leads, so you create a step-by-step form with some questions. So, for example, do you have an end-to-end analytics set up? No, it's not set up. Then do you know your customer journey map? No, I don't know what it is. Do you have a unified marketing strategy? No, we work tactically. So all of these details help to speed up the process and help to personalize offer. And by personalizing the offer, again, it's easier to persuade clients, prospects, to start working with you. So, by the way, this is a pre-designed blogs from Tilda's gallery of pre-designed blogs. So, answering the Miso Agency's question, pretty much every, like, up to this quiz form blog, everything was designed using ZeroBlog, so which is a bit more advanced web design editor, which is built in within Tilda. But this one, this form can be built using pre-designed blocks and just customized to fit your specific needs, right? So useful materials, again, a call to action to leave your, to contact and get a free consultation. And finally, a footer. Again, it features all the relevant information, a call to action, again, that is throughout the website, navigation services, everything that we have seen at the top. So if you click the menu, you see the same information that is now repeated here. Okay, so this was quite a lot of stuff that we have reviewed throughout this website. And we have a more creative, let me check the time. So a more creative website for a web designer, for a UX UI designer and designer who is specializing in AI-driven creativity. And this one is more, about, I think, more about web design, but also in terms of copy, it's very strong. It's a very strong example for any types of creative portfolios. But let's first scroll and explore what it looks like. So as you can see, this part of the website, so this section is fixed, right? So this is fixed, and as we scroll, only this narrow area moves. And here we have again a full screen part, and then again it overlaps with this fixed part again. And then there is a transition to a section that features mentorships, so it's quite different in terms of themes. So this is the light section highlights the work of the designer, and the dark theme, the darker background section features the mentorship that she provides. Right, so let's go and just dive a bit deeper into this website. So again, I think it will be more and more relevant in 2026. And what I mean by that is that these type of narrow, unconventional layout, we will see more and more of it in 2026, in the upcoming year. So again, I imagine it's very it works super great both for desktop and mobile, because I think you can hide this header at the top and just feature this narrow part just in smaller amount of columns. And again, so if you're a designer who does a lot of stuff, so for example, this designer does design, she also focuses on AI and how to implement. She helps in their pipelines. Then she also provides educational content, mentorships, and stuff like that. And also she does art, which doesn't really, it's a lot of information. It's a lot of niches that she covers as a designer, and it's important to showcase everything on the website without feeling like she's all over the place, right? So this website feels really cohesive, really uniform in terms of branding, in terms of how the designer presents herself. And this is what she does, right? So she starts with an intro here, and also she features it here in this fixed text section. Then once she has introduced herself, she features some of the notable work right here in this new sticker animation type of effect. And then she goes to expand on what she does, right? So she first of all, she starts talking about design and says, I create high impact digital experience that bring brands to life, and just expands on that again in the description. And then she features some metrics, some numbers that again provide us with some social proof, right? So 10 awards honors, 17 websites that have made it to Made in Tilda. And so this shows the potential clients that this designer knows their stuff, right? So they know how to create quality websites, effective websites that were recognized by, different platforms and were featured in their selections of the best websites, right? So design experience. Again, we have quite a lot of information, but it doesn't feel cluttered. So here we have landing pages. So everything, it works great, again, both for people and web crawlers, right? So all of this, so landing page, multi-page website, e-commerce store, web and mobile design, all of this works great as as a way to highlight specific keywords. So for example, you're scrolling quite fast, so you are a business owner who wants to find a designer super fast, and you don't really have time to look at the visuals, but you need to see some keywords. You need to, see if the design experience of this particular designer is relevant to you. And yes, so you can see that the designer worked with landing pages, multi-page websites, e-commerce, design audits. Everything is up here. And again, if you need to provide more information, you can structure your copy in 2 columns. So 1 column here and 1 column here with some smaller text. Works amazing, and it allows you to communicate a lot of information both to search engines and people, right? And let's collaborate. So here's a sweet and short call to action that prompts users to take action and collaborate. And I also like how she doesn't say, let's work together, let's, or hire me, something aggressive, right? So it's about collaboration. So it's a great call to action that is repeated here because people tend to, they don't like, in terms of decision making, they don't want to, spend, when we talk about hiring, it typically is associated with spending money on an expert, but here it's all about collaboration, and I think it's a great word choice to feature within your call to action. So you might want to copy that as well. So next up we have AI section. So here the designer is providing information how to help businesses and experts optimize their workflow. And again, we have a call to action and some examples. It repeats the same structure as the design section. And here the theme changes to a darker one. And so you can clearly see that this is not about her work as a creative. So it's not something about what she produces as a designer, but this is more about her mentoring others. And again, these features, this is quite an unusual layout, and I think a lot of designers tend to break the convenient pattern of how to work with layouts, and more websites will use this chaotic but still quite structured layout to showcase content. So it doesn't have a particular structure. It's kind of breaking down in these columns again, but since there is still alignment in place, it works beautifully. Okay, and here is also some social proof here. So it features all of the awards that the mentees or students of the designer achieved. And again, super great that it's featured in this new sticker style, in this moving slider that provides you with opportunity to feature a lot more content that you would normally in a generic gallery. Okay, and here we have a footer, which is quite concise. So we have everything we need here. And we have, again, contact details on you can reach out and work with the designer. Okay, so this is, I think it's a great example of a more creative, more unconventional portfolio that breaks a lot of rules, but also follows a certain path that help convert, interested users into potential clients. Okay, an e-commerce website. And let me check some comments. This part we have already created for 10 to 20 websites for customers, but only realize about the referral option later. Can we add them after somehow? Designer G and okay, so Mizo, I think it's better to contact. So I will not be able to answer you this specific question right now, but you can go and contact our tech support, and they will definitely help you out with that. Yeah, so it's better to contact our support, and they work super fast, and they will be able to help you out. Okay, so hope this helped, and again, feel free to reach out in the chat if that has not been resolved, or just contact us on our social media. Right, okay, great. So here we have an e-commerce website, an online store, and let me first refresh the page. So here is the loading of the website, and here we have quite a minimalist layout that still works amazing. So we have seen quite heavy websites, quite maximalist websites, but this one is more calm, and it would work great for more, lifestyle minimalist brands. And let's first scroll through the page, through the whole page. So here we have a pop-up that appears on scroll. So when you scroll past a certain block, you get this pop-up, and then there's contact details, social proof, reviews, also great, and we have this amazing, very elegant footer. Okay, let's review this one. So again, using minimalist visuals in your hair section always works great if you have quality product photos. So if you provide if you're providing physical products, and if you have quality imagery of your product, then again, it's a very simplistic, it's a very simple yet effective way to grab the attention of your audience and tell them what you do right away. So this is a clothing brand that specializes in pleat textured clothing from certain, I think, Japanese or some Asian technology, I think. Again, super concise hero section. So here we have a navigation bar which features about section, catalog, contact details, and cart. This is pretty much everything you need to create a really solid navigation for your online store. And you can also add some more relevant info later, some blogs that expand the functionality of your online store. Here we have a call to action button. Here we have this animation that features, again, some keywords, I believe. So sustainable materials, worldwide shipping, free shipping in Dubai, easy return and exchange. So this is just some additional information, again, that you would not normally put somewhere here, because this would just clutter your website, but you can create this new sticker animation and then just showcase it here. And by the way, we have a tutorial on how to create a new sticker animation like this one, like this running tags, running keywords, and you can check it out on our website. All right, so again, here is a very focused, to the point section that prompts users to go and explore the collection. And this features different outfits. Again, they really invested in quality product photography, and it's really great to invest some time and money, again, in a proper photo shoot if you provide some physical products. So this is an About Us section, and it features some background story, some behind the scenes. So it's important to personalize your messaging. It's important to, you know, put some personal details, personalize your website. And I think these types of content where you put some behind the scenes of your work on your website is great to feature in the about section. So this is not just, you know, just a couple of sentences where you talk about yourself, but you also go and just talk a bit more visually and show the process, because showing the process is what makes you appeal to your potential audience. So they know how it's done, they see how it's done. And so again, feel free to include any of the process videos on your website. So let's go back to the main page and scroll down. So this is the page where the potential customers land on. And again, you can view a whole catalog here, but you can also preview each of the outfit, each of the dress here, right? So it's, again, the images are amazing and it works really great. So if it has a call to action, a clear call to action that allows you to go and purchase the outfit you like. Then we have a gift certificate, again, for any small business owner who provides people with physical services. So for example, you have a hair salon, or you have a nail studio, or you provide some physical products, or if you provide some again, digital services that can be sold. If you monetize your website and sell digital products, you can also offer a gift certificate. So this is a great way to monetize your website further, and not only, you know, provide physical products like dresses, but also, you know, just gift cards for others to give to their loved ones. Okay, so next up we have social proof. It's really important, again, pretty much for any business, but here specifically, it's really important to showcase what the clients, what the past clients, what the past customers think about you, think about your brand. So this is just some quote style testimonials from people that have already purchased the dresses. And again, you can feature images, some review images, and this just helps you show that someone has already bought their stuff and they like it. And similarly, as you would go to a marketplace to find, for example, this is a holiday season and you are looking for a potential gift for loved ones, and every time you go to a marketplace, say Amazon, you first go through the review section and see if the product is good or bad. And similarly, it works for in a similar way, it works for your website. So people first need to see what you do, and then they need to see the reviews by others. So let others do the convincing, right? And so this footer is an example of how you can organize a footer for your online store. So again, here we have some branding. At the bottom, we have all the legal information. So we have a privacy policy, we have terms of service, we have shipping policy, and similarly in the form, so if you process user information, you need to provide this checkbox that is built in within Tilda. So if you are taking a pre-designed footer, it's already included, so you can put the privacy policy link here, but it's very important to respect your user's privacy and feature it here. Also, these, I don't know if you can see it, there are at the very bottom, we have different payment systems, payment ways you can pay for the product. So if if your clients have any questions, they can go and see that, yes, they can actually pay with MasterCard or with Google Pay, and this will cover any of the hesitation they may have. And also here you have contact details, menu that again is fixed here, but you can also go and visit any of the sections that you might need. Also, buy now, pay later, amazing feature if it works in your country. So here you can pay with, again, split your purchase through Tabby. And again, if your country offers stuff like Klarna, or and if you can feature it on your website, then by all means, this is a great way to still persuade your users to purchase from you. Okay, so, and what else? So there is also a section featuring events. I think it's a great way to show dynamic content, so you can go and update events in real time as they happen in real time. And this just shows that the brand is alive, that you, that you participate in live events, and, just show that that you're active brand owner, right? So that you are an active brand that has an audience and has notable collaborations. So this is yet another website. Let's go back and see one of the websites that was created by actually Simon. We have featured Simon. This is an agency that is run by one of the Tilda users. And so Simon has this agency, and we actually featured him in some of our videos where he talked about running a freelance business. So you might want to check it out after this workshop ends. So let's go and scroll through this website, and I will tell you why I featured, why it's worth noting for the year ahead as well. Okay, so let's scroll and see. Again, it's quite content heavy. So this is again marketing web design agency based in the Netherlands. Right. So as an agency that provides a lot of services, it's important not to clutter your website, because you want to talk a lot about yourself, but at the same time, you don't want to make your layout feel heavy, right? So you want to make it user-friendly, readable, and, just fun to navigate. And so what I love about this website is that, again, so tell me what already works within the hero section, right? So what works? First of all, we have a very straightforward focused title. So strong brands and websites that make an impact. I hope I'm translating correctly from the Dutch. So a call to action, social proof. So this is a great way to, again, showcase that you have already had a lot of clients that were very satisfied with the results that you provided. So here we have an image, name, and the brand name, and a quick quote. And also, if you have the opportunity, if you have local business, or if you have your business listed in Google Maps, you can also go and feature different reviews from platforms like, again, Google, Trustpilot, Capterra. And this works amazing because it's really short, it's really concise, but it really helps you to convey that people trust you, right? So, and also I love how this website uses video as a background. So it's kind of muted a bit, so it doesn't divert our attention from the copy. It doesn't divert our attention from the call to action here. from the social proof, from the navigation bar. So there is some movement in the background that shows, the showreel of this agency best works. But at the same time, it doesn't clutter, it doesn't divert our attention, right? And if you want to see the full video, not covered by this bluish filter, you can click and see the showreel in action. Okay, so great way to showcase a video without being distracted. So feel free to, again, feature play link that would open up a pop-up. All right, so next up, we have this dynamic section with some projects. And I like how when you hover over the element, it provides you with a quick tip to click and go and explore the project in more detail. So go to case studies and just have a closer look at the website, at the project that they did. And it's great that it's both dynamic and also functional, because you can always click and get a response, get this quick tip to kind of prompt you to explore it further. So again, I really like this gradient. So this is where we tap into design trends. I think one of the key design trends of this year and also of the upcoming year is that a lot more designers invest their time into micro interactions. And what I mean by that is that they feature small, subtle, almost satisfying elements like this one. So when you hover over this section, the gradient moves with your cursor. And it's quite satisfying. And when you go further, again, here we have social proof, amazing questions. So I really like this section because it's so satisfying when you hover over each element and it responds to your mouse, and it makes you feel seen. It makes you feel like your experience matters, and I think it's very important for your user to feel like they are not alone on the website, that this website is actually working, it's responding to the clicks. And when you click on this, there is also this quite rewarding part when you click and the button animates like so, and then you can go and explore it further. So it's quite it's an extra step. It doesn't really, you could definitely list the same information just like that without the animation part, but I think these micro interactions really help you stand out and really help you, again, so here is this button that says click. Great. Like this subtle movement, this subtle animation that expands and shrinks as you hover over it, it really makes the website feel alive without crazy animations, right? And so again, here works great. Okay, so this is the, in terms of website copy, it follows pretty much the same path as the previous website. So here we have a very strong review section. Next up, we have numbers. A good choice. Again, we have discussed a lot how working with stats, metrics, and numbers is important to grab the attention of your user. Then again, we have explored, and actually we have recreated a similar effect of these floating cards on scroll in one of our workshops. So if you want to actually steal this effect and learn how to do it, without copying it word by word, of course, but you can see how it's done in Tilda Zero block in one of our past workshops. Okay, so, and again, these subtle animations over here also just add up to great user experience. Okay, so let me check the time. So it is 1 hour and we have reviewed 4 websites. So I think we have some more time for some more for a couple of websites, maybe 1 or 2. So I want to talk about this website. It's quite new. It has been added to the Made in Tilda gallery recently, but I want to talk about some of the ideas for 2026 and how you can go about creating work not only for your clients but for your portfolio. So say you are just a beginner web designer and you need some strong cases for your portfolio, yet you don't really have clients, or some of the clients are, they don't provide you with exciting projects that you want to work with, right? So you want to attract amazing creative projects, but you don't have the type of clients yet. So all you have in your portfolio are, all the niches are great, but niche you want to switch to work with, say, like branding agencies, artists, etc., etc., and you don't have relevant work to show in your portfolio. So this one is actually a passion project, a creative project that was created, I believe, without any funding, without any client in mind, but it showcases the designer's capabilities, the designer's skills, and what they can do for a potential client. So if you don't have a client, you can invent your own project and talk about the stuff you're passionate about. So for example, this website, of all of the things, and I really like reviewing websites on Tilda and learning a whole bunch of information, just in general about the world, about culture, and some aspects of just life in general. And of all of the things, they chose indigenous Arctic snow goggles, ilgag, and that were used by indigenous people over 4,000 years ago as sunglasses. So this is a great project to talk about. It's super, and there are a lot of if you go to Made on Tilda gallery and if you explore long read section, so this is, you can see it featured here, you can explore a lot of projects that were created out of passion. So they are not they were not created by a certain client, but they allow the designers the creative freedom to showcase their skills, right? So again, don't wait for the perfect client, and create your own brief and submit your work to Made on Tilda. Right, so let's go and see what else we can note here aside from, an amazing case study for a portfolio. So I really like, again, we have a narrow content part. So we have already seen it today on quite a few websites that more and more websites implement this quite quite unconventional layout where they split content into 2 columns, 3 columns, they break it apart, they use this scattered layout. So it does have a grid. We can see that we have some guidelines, so we definitely have structure. So these all of the elements are aligned, yet they feel kind of chaotic in a way. But since this is quite minimalist layout, it works amazing. So it looks scattered, but I think as an artistic choice, it's really great. And if you want to break rules, this is a great example of how you can do it. And again, so here we have a text block, and see how every section, so if you would take all of this text and just combine it in one big paragraph, it wouldn't work, right? But as you can see, it has been split into different parts, into different sections. And again, you can go and read all of this. Here, again, here is a visual heavy section, and again some text heavy section. So it's quite, it doesn't have crazy animation, it doesn't have you know, a lot of immersive interactions, but it reads amazingly. It's greatly readable. Again, it has some history behind these glasses, these goggles. Then it has some modern representation of it. It has this quite fun GIF or GIF. And again, so feel free to grab it for your potential portfolio case in 2026. Okay, so do we have time for some more websites? Right, I think we do. So let's go and explore this. So lastly, we have explored quite a minimalist layout, and this one is, again, this is really dynamic, really bold, and a great example of an artist's portfolio. So this is a portfolio website for a director that is working globally, and you can read it here. So it provides, this hero section provides all the details in description. Here is some tagline that, you know, kind of grabs the attention. So I think the main goal of any freelance portfolio website or of any creative portfolio website is to really capture the attention of your potential client. And using cinematic hero section is a great way to do that. And we have explored this website in some more detail in one of our videos, so you can go and check it out. But we are talking about how to organize portfolio. So we were talking about it in terms of how to organize your portfolio. But today we're going to just look at what makes it work, right? So amazing cinematic hero section that grabs your attention right away. So a good video is always great, but just make sure that it's compressed and uploaded in the right way, that it doesn't hinder the performance of your website. So make sure that the video is not too heavy, and probably upload it to a YouTube, Vimeo, stuff like that, or upload it directly on Tilda, but make sure it's under 5 megabytes, right? So after this quite visually heavy section up here, we have a moment of calm, right? So here all you have is this, I would say, a slogan. So the best ideas don't follow formula, they break one. So this is a slogan, a motto of the director, and I think it really helps us to understand his work process, his personality, how he goes about directing projects. So again, if you have a more creative website, creative portfolio where you need to showcase your personality, I think some quotes is a great way to, you know, to go about this. Okay, so selected works. So it's always a great practice to showcase a snippet of your best works directly on a landing page. So, and what I love here is that we can see the project right away. So we can see the visuals, and these are the dynamic visuals, the grab our attention, and we can see that it's award-winning ad campaigns. And when you scroll just a bit down, you can see that it received 11 awards. It brought 2,500 2,500,000 media interactions, organic reach, and so on. So again, using numbers is great even if you're creative. So you don't have to run a digital marketing agency to in your portfolio. So always remember to feature some stats and metrics. Okay, so let's go back, let's go further. And so here we have some more work. And so while, so this is a cinematography portfolio, so this is a director's portfolio. So it's important to showcase a lot of visuals, and I think this website does it amazingly. So here again, we had some dynamic section. Here we have a more, kind of a more static one with some photos and some more information about what the art director did here. Okay, and some more projects. Again, as you can see, we have this imperfect layout that doesn't really follow a specific grid, but it still feels quite aligned and quite organized. So it's not pure chaos, but it's quite intentionally broken. So if you know the rules, you can break them deliberately. Again, client logos, or no, this is award logos, but still works great for social proof. Okay, and I'm streaming. Here we have client portfolios, client logos, and okay, let me refresh it first. I think my browser hit overload. Okay, so let me go and scroll past this part and we will wrap up this session. Okay, so let me go and check it out. Okay, so again, here you have awards have already reviewed today, but this one is great for cinematographers, photographers, for lifestyle brands, and so on. So feel free to feature it. Feel free to get inspired and take some details and copy it and adapt it for your own website. Okay, so we are done with our review part, and let's go back to our presentation. And just a quick reminder that in order to put into practice everything that you have learned today, and I hope you learned a lot, and these were really amazing examples of how to work with content, design, how to, combine it together to make a really strong impact and, grow your business and stuff like that. So in order to put in, I'm quite, let me drink this first. Okay, so my tongue is tired. Anyways, so to put into practice everything that we have learned today, we have this promo code that you can see on the screen. Feel free to go and activate it. So you can go to tilda.cc, identity promo code. It works only for new users, so make sure you don't activate a trial and you go and activate a promo code. This will allow you to grab the Tilda personal plan for half a year. So you can use it on your website. You can use it for your website this year. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this workshop, and this was our last workshop for the year. And I will see you in January with some trends review. So we are going to look at some trends that that are shaping, that seem to shape 2026, that will dominate in the upcoming year. So some of them we have spotted today in the best website, so I think they will just go and maybe transform a bit and still be prevalent in the upcoming year. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for our trends video. where we will explore some trending effects